There's a question that almost nobody asks until they've been dealing with tingling, burning, or numb feet for months, sometimes years. And the question isn't, how do I make this stop? The question is, why does it keep coming back? If you've ever reached for something to quiet the discomfort in your feet and felt relief for a few hours, only to have the sensation return by evening, your body may be telling you something that temporary relief simply cannot answer. Tonight, or wherever you're watching this, we're going to talk about the difference between two very different approaches to nerve discomfort. And once you understand that difference, the way you think about your nerve health may never be the same. Most adults over 50 who experience tingling feet, burning sensations, or that strange numbness that settles in at night have tried some form of temporary relief. And most of them describe the same pattern. It works for a while, then the sensation returns. And somewhere in the back of their minds, a quiet worry begins to grow. Not a dramatic fear, just a slow, creeping awareness that something may not be quite right. That the relief was never really solving anything. That worry is worth listening to. Before we go deeper, comment below where you're watching from, and tell us if you or someone you know has ever felt like the relief never quite lasts as long as it used to, because you're not alone. And the reason this happens is more specific than most people realize. Here's what temporary relief actually does. When your feet burn, tingle, or go numb, that sensation is a signal. It's your nervous system communicating, telling you that something along the pathway between your brain and your feet may not be functioning the way it should. Temporary relief addresses the output of that signal. It quiets the discomfort, but it does not ask why the signal appeared. It does not address the system that generated it. This is the core difference. Nerve support is not about silencing the signal. Nerve support is about creating the conditions your nervous system needs to function more comfortably over time, and those conditions, after 50, are more specific than most people realize. Let's talk about what nerves actually need. Your peripheral nerves, or the ones responsible for the sensations in your feet, legs, and hands that are among the most demanding cells in your body. They require consistent blood flow to receive oxygen and nutrients. They require efficient cellular energy production to transmit signals cleanly. And they require protection from oxidative stress, the slow accumulation of cellular wear that accelerates as we age. When circulation slows, nerves may receive less of what they need. When cellular energy production becomes less efficient, as it naturally does with age, signal transmission may become inconsistent. And when oxidative stress increases without adequate antioxidant support, nerve cells may become more vulnerable over time. None of these processes happen suddenly. They build slowly, quietly over years, which is why so many people dismiss the early signals, the occasional tingling, the mild numbness at night, until those signals become harder to ignore. Nutrients like alpha-lipoic acid have been studied for their antioxidant properties and their potential relationship to nerve cell health. Magnesium plays a role in nerve signal transmission and muscle relaxation, and many adults over 50 may not be getting adequate amounts from diet alone. L-Carnitine is associated with cellular energy production, which matters directly for nerve function, and compounds like butcher's broom have been studied for their potential support of healthy circulation, particularly in the lower extremities. These are not miracle ingredients. They are nutritional factors that may support the environment your nerves need to function, consistently, day after day, not just for a few hours. That's the fundamental difference between temporary relief and nerve support. Temporary relief asks, how do I feel right now? Nerve support asks, what does my nervous system need to function better over time? One way to think about it is this. Imagine your nervous system as a long highway connecting your brain to your feet. Temporary relief is like smoothing out one pothole. It makes the drive more comfortable for a moment. But if the road underneath is deteriorating, if the infrastructure hasn't been maintained, potholes will keep appearing. Nerve support is infrastructure maintenance. It's consistent, it's intentional, and it works on a different timeline than temporary relief. Not hours, weeks and months of daily support. This is why so many adults who try natural nerve support for the first time describe it not as a dramatic overnight change, but as a gradual shift, a slow improvement in how their feet feel in the morning, how their nights become a little quieter, how they begin to feel more confidence in their own body. That gradual shift is what consistent support looks like. Your body is not random. The signals it sends, the tingling that wakes you up, the burning that arrives at the end of a long day, the numbness that makes you shift your feet constantly looking for comfort, those signals have a context. They are responses to conditions inside your body that deserve attention, not just silence. The goal is not to panic. The goal is to understand, because understanding the difference between quieting a signal and actually supporting the system that sends it, that understanding changes everything about how you approach your nerve health going forward. That's why more and more adults over 50 who are looking for a smarter, more intentional approach to nerve comfort are paying attention to formulas designed to support nerve health from the inside out, One of them is Nervolin, a natural nerve. Support formula created to help support healthy nerve function, circulation, and mobility as part of a consistent daily routine. Nervolin was developed with a nutritional profile that reflects what research suggests nerves may benefit from over time, not as a temporary fix, but as daily support for the system that keeps you moving, sleeping, and living with confidence. If you want to learn more about Nervolin, check the link in the pinned comment below. And remember, results may vary, and if you take medication or have a medical condition, speak with your healthcare provider before adding any supplement to your routine. Because here's what we believe at NerveWise. The people who feel better over time are not always the ones with the mildest symptoms. They're the ones who stopped asking, how do I stop this for now? And started asking, what does my body actually need? Temporary relief has its place. But it was never the whole answer. Your nerves deserve more than silence. They deserve support, and the sooner you understand that difference, the better positioned you are to give your body what it may have been asking for all along.